So just so we're clear, if you are a teacher in the US, in Florida, for instance, it's okay to say things. However, if you make commentary about the fact that you're not upset or not sad for losing Charlie Kirk, you can be fired. Yeah. So, okay, but not in support of Charlie Kirk, not okay. I know I have a lot of followers from all over the world that are baffled by how we do things here in the US, and I'm sure this is just adding to the list. We are already in a major teacher shortage, so I can't even imagine what happens to some of our kids now. And also, if you're in the military and you're found to be making disparaging marks on Charlie Kirk, you can be sanctioned for that as well.
Just so we're clear, there are actually laws that prohibit anybody to say colorist things in schools or any kind of federal buildings. Believe it or not, for as much as you want to stretch that label out to cover just about anything, unfortunately, legally, you can't. There's actual definitions in the law that encompass what that is. So the claim of you could say colorist things in school and you're going to be okay really doesn't hold too much water there. But hey, keep on trucking there, Queen. Maybe one day you'll be able to prove it, kind of. Another thing, even though it's been a couple of weeks so far, but to this gorilla's understanding, people are not losing their employment because they're not sad about Charlie Kirk being taken out permanently. If this girl is not mistaken, people are losing their jobs because they're actually celebrating it. Which, I'm going to be honest with you, regardless of who the person was that got taken out, or whatever their beliefs are, you don't really celebrate that. That's in bad taste on either side of the aisle. And then you think it's oppressive when you get very little to no sympathy because of that, huh? It's as if actions had consequences and you actually are being held accountable to your personal actions that could actually result in your termination because you're not guaranteed a job. Talk about first world problems. Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
What the f*** are you supposed to do when you get fired? You just take it? You just take it like a man? I'm unemployed. What am I supposed to do now? Do I go home and goon? Like, guys, what do I do? Like, actually, like, what do you do when you get fired? What's the next step? Do you look for, obviously you look for a job, but like, I ain't got no income now. I spent my last $300 on a parking ticket. That was on me. I did let it sit a little bit. It was like a $30 parking ticket. It went up to $300. I really don't want to talk about it, but what am I supposed to do, guys? Oh my god, this, you know when they say like, once you get to a point in adulthood where it's not enjoyable. I don't know who said adulthood was enjoyable. I'm just kind of, but like, what am my gas? I haven't got enough for gas, guys. Oh my god, what am I? Is this what I can't do this? I'm supposed to do this for the rest of my life? Like I can't. What am I supposed to do, guys? Please, someone put financial tips. Oh my god.
Yeah, but the hose!
Oh, what? It's too hard to get the hose?
She said, and I quote, "Am I supposed to do this for the rest of my life?" Let me think about that. Yes, Queen! Congratulations! Today you realize you're an adult with adult responsibilities, and that means that you have to pay your bills now. Need this gorilla remind you that, the sisterhood and the womanism movement empowered you to have this? I mean, it used to be back in the day, in your great-grandmother's time, that, you didn't have to worry about getting a job. You didn't have a bank account, but you also didn't have these issues. You didn't have to pay these bills. You didn't have to pay these car notes. You didn't have to worry about getting fired. No, men protected you from that. But that was oppressive. That was serfdom. That was the worst thing that could have been done to women. Heck no. You women want to be liberated. Break the chains away from being held down by a man and dedicate yourself, your youth, everything, all your energy, everything you got to your boss. Yes, that's absolute freedom. Down with the patriarchy! Until, of course, you get a bunch of bills and you have to pay them, and then you find out that, hey, you saying certain things or doing certain things at work could actually get you fired. You're not guaranteed a job. Let me guess. It was all fine and dandy until the downsides of everything hit you, and then all of a sudden, oh, this is so oppressive. What am I supposed to do? Well, let me see. Why don't you do what men have been doing since like forever? You get fired for one job? All right, start filling out applications, go out to the next job. I got bills to pay. Well, you should have managed your money better so you could have extra cash for this. Good luck there, sister. Fight the power. Move it on.
Hey, so I live in the Deep South. I am a blue dot in a sea of red. And I just want to tell you that in the past 48 hours, the people who live in my town have made it their sole mission in life to find people that refuse to call Charlie Kirk a martyr. And they want them to be fired from their jobs. And these people aren't even celebrating his death. They are literally saying that the way that he died was wrong, but that they don't agree with who he was as a person and that he was a bad person. And these people are like taking their comments, posting them on the local Facebook group and tagging their employers until there is enough outrage that that person gets fired. So y'all shouldn't actually say that you're okay with free speech unless you actually are, and clearly you're not. And I guess you've never listened to Charlie Kirk, because if you think that people saying they don't like him is hate speech, you've never actually listened to the things that Charlie Kirk made his living off of saying.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
All right, my young, inexperienced queen, let me help you out here. This girl is going to help you just a tad bit. And let me make this clear. I think most of my longtime viewers already know that I don't like to talk about politics, and this is not about politics. We're going to be talking about free speech here. Now, one thing that this queen said is actually anti-free speech. I'm sorry, it isn't. You see, you're still free of saying the things that you want to say. I didn't hear her say that these people were going over there and shutting them down, not letting them talk, taking down their free speech platforms. None of that was said. So they are cool with free speech there, sister. What you have to understand is just because you have free speech, First Amendment does protect your right to say what you want, doesn't mean there aren't consequences for what you say. And I'm not talking about street justice. I'm talking about there are actual laws, rules, and regulations. So you saying, oh, this is horrible, this and that. Okay, can I remind you of this thing called cancel culture? The basis of it was using a person's own speech to get them fired for saying other things I didn't agree with. You remember that? And that was a double-edged sword. But when it was being used in your favor, it was the most awesome thing. Yes, have them fired, cancel them. So here we are, the pendulum swinging the other way, and now it's a problem? Gee, I gotta say it, Queen. This is just more evidence of accountability being your kryptonite there. Moving on.
I just got fired. Kind of happy about it.
You said I have to leave the premises like immediately? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, guess I'll see you guys later. I'm fired. You guys take care. Good luck, okay? Kind of relief. You guys have a good one.
Oh man, I feel good. I just got fired, and honestly, when they told me, I was like a little like, eh. But then after, I was like, F this. They're back there having their little chat together. The guy that let me go was trying to block me from saying goodbye to my coworkers right now. Like, he was like guarding them or something. And then that's when I was like, okay, bye. Goodbye, guys. I'll see you later. They let me go. They fired me. He looked all disappointed. But honestly, dude, I feel relieved. I feel very relieved. I mean, I'm going to be if I'm not going to get unemployment, but dude, as they were like having me sign my forms and shit and like terminating me. Wait, let me say goodbye to my friend Michael. Hi, Michael. I'm done. Yeah, so it is what it is. But I think the relief that I'm feeling is a good sign, because I did not want to do my shift today anyways. Like, I had a bunch of number 1 lessons, and that's dealing with first timers, so dude, I'm feeling good. I'm also shaking a little bit because I'm in shock, but whatever, dude, it is what it is. I'm gonna do me. Yeah, they were trying to be all nice about it and stuff, and professional, and they were like, you can keep the sweater and all the shirt and whatever, it's all yours. I'm just like, what the f I need this for? But whatever, I'm free, dude. I'm free. And I think I'm just gonna start trying to do more of the things that I want to do, and not worry about any other one else. That's one of my coworkers driving in the car, my ex-coworkers. He was pretty cool too. He would always like be like upfront and like just tell me how draining the job was, and me and him were just both like over the job. He's been working here longer than I have, so I'm just glad. I'm glad they let me go. It wasn't, I didn't quit on myself, or I made a mistake, but I'm done. It's all cool. Wish me luck, y'all. I'll be posting more content. I don't know what, but I'm free.
Game over, man. It's game over.
I'm sorry, Queen. The only ones that you're trying to fool with that I am kind of relieved that you got fired and you kind of feel good is like maybe the pink-haired mob or some blue-haired lonely cat lady keyboard warrior being the ultimate Karen, bringing the fight to the man on Reddit. But to 90% plus of the population who actually are a productive part of the society, no! Getting fired isn't awesome. Getting fired isn't a great relief. If you were really miserable at that job, you would have quit a while back. You're not fooling most of society here, honey. You're trying to hold yourself up with a good front until you start crashing out, which probably happened about 10 seconds after you cut off the video. Are you going to try to convince us all that you don't care about your bills being paid? You don't care about your rent being paid? You don't care about buying food? And maybe you have to provide for somebody. Maybe not. So you won't care about that? I highly doubt it. Anybody who's working out there who has to provide for a child will tell you right now, getting fired isn't something you celebrate, especially when it's your own fault. And the guy who was blocking you from saying bye to others, let me correct you. He wasn't blocking you from saying bye to your coworkers. He was blocking you from saying goodbye to your ex-coworkers. You're fired. They're acquaintances / maybe friends now. Nothing more than that. And oh yes, Queen, you're free. You're free of their employment. Yes, you're no longer a serf under the capitalist system. You go, Queen. Now you can go apply for SNAP benefits and Section 8 and unemployment and all the grand things that this oppressive capitalist system gives you. And all this happened, why? Oh, because you needed to post something negative about Charlie Kirk. I mean, obviously, that was much more important than being able to sustain yourself. Now, most of these queens don't understand their social medias do affect their careers. I'm not saying that men are not guilty of this, but if you notice that there is a disparity. Men tend to be a lot more careful in their social media posts than women do because, unlike women, men don't really have a social media pity party or anything afterwards. Men just get hit with reality. And queens, let me ask you something. For as terrible as this seems, do you know how much worse this is for men out there? Let me explain it to you. Imagine being fired for something that you posted, and instead of walking out like this woman's walking out all happy and giddy, yeah, I'm happy, I'm getting fired. A man who's paying child support for a woman who decided to leave him because she was no longer happy, he's thinking, okay, if I fall way too behind on my child support, I'm going to get thrown in jail. He's got to scramble to find something. There's no safety net for him. He is the safety net. I have to say, this is how easy women have it in modern society, where they can do stupid stuff like this, make their mistakes, make these TikTok videos, and act like they're floating on the clouds. Like, oh yeah, everything's great, everything's wonderful. A good chunk of men out there can't even have that delusion. But don't worry about it, Queen. Why don't you double down? Go back on social media and talk bad about somebody else and start a brand new movement. We'll call it Give a Safety Net for the Stupid Queens movement. Oh, wait a minute. We already have that. It's called the Simp Nation and Big Daddy Government.
It's Captain Obvious.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.